finished manifold system behind me and have a confession to make. Before this project, I had never soldered pipe, not once. So you guys are gonna get to see me fumble through that. And it's a project that's been on my list for a while now. I got the scroll compressor about a year and a half ago, and getting clean dry air to the tools, to the plasma, so important. And now with that blast cabinet over there, it's an absolute necessity. But before we get into the how, an explanation of how it works.
Quiet, please. Quiet! I must insist. Thank you. The question upon us is why build a water separating manifold at all? Well, when the air charge leaves the compressor, it does so at 200 degrees Fahrenheit or greater, enters our rubber hose here and into the first leg of our manifold system full of water vapor and contaminants. The air charge must travel up our first leg and down again, up and down each time, getting progressively cooler each time, fighting gravity. This forces the condensation and contaminants to fall out into our drip legs below, where it can be evacuated from the system via these ball valves as part of daily maintenance. Oh, I do enjoy that. After the air charge has gone through the manifold, it's free to travel up and out across the garage as clean, dry air. Don't believe me or the science that it works? Well, I'll let you all debate that in the comments section.
Making some progress, got through the first few hurdles, figuring things out. This here is my top loop, so I needed to figure out the distances on the pipes in between right there. That ended up being 1 3/4 inches. That worked out really well. But then I needed the complementary one on the bottom, which required me to figure out that distance right there, 2.5 inches. So with this all figured out, clear sailing now. I got my sub-assemblies set up. Don't know quite yet if I'm doing this right, but I think they look pretty good. I'll hold one of these up. This looks like it's sucking in joint. Not the neatest and the cleanest of deals, but so far I think I got it right. When I look inside, like I get a flashlight and I stare down in the holes, I see the solder coming through the other side, so I kind of think I got a sealed joint here. I guess we'll see when I get it all compressed out. I was thinking about these soldered joints last night, and the welder in me should have thought there's a way to test these things. We break these things. We cut them apart. We examine the welds. Why not examine the solder joints? Check out what I did. I cross-sectioned one of these suckers. Look right there. Bang. And I'm going to flip the camera around so I can show you guys just a little better. I think you can see there. Yeah, probably pretty good. But we got all the solders all the way down into the crevice of the joint right there. Boom. All the way around through the sides. Kind of filed this a little bit so we can see it better, but I hope you guys can see that. So, what I've discovered here is a nice even coat of flux. You don't need to go really heavy. Very little solder. Look at that right there. That's just the tiniest bit, and it gets to where you want to go. And this all the way around, there was no drip. So, well, I got that one little spot where I wiped it. But other than that, it was very little bit. So, if you haven't done this before, I highly recommend you do. Try it out. It's really, it's quite easy. this portion of it all laid out. What I'm doing is cleaning up all the joints so I can get the flux on them and then get them soldered using some green Scotch-Brite and my wire brush here. And also what I'm doing is these pipes have some green writing on them, I guess from the manufacturer, and that seems to be coming off really well with a little acetone wipe. So clean them up so I have to look at the writing later, and then we'll get these things soldered up. So that's it. I got the cooling loop section all soldered up, and it's looking pretty sharp. Let me do a little spin around this for you guys. The next real question is, how am I going to get it up on the wall? I'm going to solve that next. Check it out over here. All right, even got the ball valves on and in place. We'll do a little flyover. Yeah, that's looking nice. Super happy with the way it came out. Looks sharp, kind of hit my expectations. So next thing is get it up on the wall, sort the rest of the system out, and just take it from there. So far, so good. So the plan is to come around the box, need to land about, say about there. It's gonna go up this wall and then across the full length of the garage. Man, I think I owe it to the crummy welding shirt because things are going along pretty nice over here. I got a quick chop tip for you guys. If you're a solo act like I am, prolific use of bungee cords. Just all hail to the bungee. Strap them in any way you can put them, hold things up temporarily while you're working on things. Always have a few extra bungees around. But anyway, I left you guys off right about there. That was my joint. Like I said, it was coming around the box, and I did that. Let me show you how I'm holding this all together while I temporarily figure it out. Blue painter tape, making all the difference, holding the joints together as I'm doing this. Then we come up the wall here to where my first outlet will be. And this will be the first place we can get air. I'm on the back side of the garage right here. After that, we go up the wall over here toward the front of the garage around to where the blast cabinet is right there. All right, cut. I'm not gonna bore you guys to death with more cleaning and soldering. What I did at this point was I took the long run down off the wall, actually soldered it on the floor over here. It's just much easier to do so. Hung it back on the wall and then soldered this final joint right there. So the next part of this is I gotta get my air filter set up, all mounted on the wall over here, and it's gotta go right about, somewhere about there. Now, that's between two beams, so we're gonna get some board, tie them together. I'm also gonna be putting my hose reel, which is parked right there, right over there. See how this goes. I just blew everything up to 140 PSI. And listen, not a hissy leak anywhere. And you gotta know, I am loving that. The system is working out in glorious fashion. I think I showed you guys earlier. That's my first outlet right there. Then we run down this side of the garage here to where all the new stuff is. Yeah, I was holding that on you. Check it out. We got the hose reel down the bottom there, and then we come up top side here to where the 1 micron system is. And this also has a desiccant cartridge that you can take in and out should I need it. And everything, like I said, is up to 140 PSI. That's the sounds of silence. Someone call Simon and Garfunkel. It's real, people. Am I amped up? Yeah, I'm a little amped up. This system is everything that I wanted in this garage since I picked up the scroll compressor, so it's a real game changer, and I'm super excited. It all worked out. Taught myself how to solder on this one, so always try new things because you just never know where it'll take you. And usually if you put your time in, do your research, you get it right on the first time. So anyway, if you follow along this far, thank you so much for watching along with me. You guys are intelligent. You know what to do. Like, subscribe. You know what? I'd love to hear from you. Hit me in the comments section if you have any questions or you just like to give me some feedback. That would be awesome. And like I said, that's it. That's a wrap on this one. So I'll catch you guys on the next build.